Hi, today we are talking about miles, loaded and deadhead miles. For me, I like to include both miles in everything, no matter if it's loaded or deadhead. For me, all the miles are same. I make no difference. I will not discriminate against one of them. I'm just kidding. But seriously, in two instances, when I pay my company drivers, I always pay them the same rate for all miles, deadhead or empty, and I always pay them from odometer. I don't use any kind of software or Google Maps or zip code to zip code. I pay them actual miles, whatever they drive. Also, when I speak to brokers about loads, I always include both miles. When I offer the loads to owner operators, whether I'm dispatching them or whether they're driving under my own authority, I always give them all miles right away, and they know that I told them a few times that, and now they know. So when I tell them, let's say there is a load from Grand Rapids, Michigan to Buffalo, New York, I know that from here to Buffalo is 500 miles. If we go down to I know South Bend to pick up the load, from here to South Bend it's like 110 miles, and then I say 110 miles to South Bend, and then from there to Buffalo, I know it's like 400 some miles, but I put all those miles together and tell them this load is 550 miles, and they know how to calculate their profit and whether that's sustainable for them, whether they can make any profit with that load. So I always tell that to the broker too. Brokers sometimes try to sell me a load like, well, this load is only 350 miles. Okay, but I do have 80 miles deadhead. I know it's not their fault. And I know they can say, well, what do I have to do that? This load is 350 miles. I pay $3 per mile, and it's a decent pay. And I tell them, well, no, for me it's 430 miles. I need 3 miles times, I need $3 times 430 in order for me to do this load. It's simple, take it or leave it. And they can say whatever they want. Maybe they'll, give me more money, maybe they won't. But at the end, I need to make $3 on that load for all miles. Okay, if I don't include these miles, then I am cutting down on profit, because the only difference essentially is that this truck is going to be loaded on loaded miles and it's going to be empty on deadhead miles. But for the truck, it doesn't make that much difference. It may use a little bit less fuel depending also on how heavy the load is. But you still have to pay the driver. You still have to, pay for the maintenance and for usage of that truck, depreciation, all that. You're still using the truck. There's still a risk. The driver is still driving on public roads. There's still a risk that something might happen. There's insurance, all that. So I always include all miles, when I speak to brokers, to owner operators, or when I pay my drivers. It's much, much easier for everyone to calculate it that way. And if I get a slightly bigger profit on those deadhead miles, because the truck is empty, it's not under that much weight, even better. Okay, but don't let the brokers tell you that you shouldn't be doing it like that. Like I said, it doesn't, it's not their fault, if you have 20 miles or 100 miles deadhead, but you should always think about yourself first and your profit, and whether you can make a profit on that load. And the way to calculate that is if you include both of these in your calculations. This is Enis from Never Stop Trucking. This was a short video, but I hope it helped you. Thank you very much, and subscribe to the channel. Come back for more.